So everything I just said. We're going to do 3 or 4 of them, Hazel. You'll figure it out. Please notice I have supplied you with the times we are going to use these. All in one handy-dandy place. And I even tell you when we're going to use them. If I know all 3 sides, is it regular Coase law or rearranged Coase law? Rearranged. This is our c squared minus a squared minus b squared over negative 2ab to equal cos c. That is there. And regular Coase law is here. A contained angle, which is that. Side, angle, side. And that angle in the middle of it becomes big C. Now, if I change the letters, do you cry? Do you hand me that line of horse pucky that you cannot do it? You will. Will I suffer that gladly? Will I sit here and say, oh, shucks, you're right, you can't do it with different letters? Or, because you're in the 10th grade and 2 small years from the grown-ups that will not treat you kindly if you don't act well, how will I treat you? Will I be Mr. Dress-Up? Oh, shucks, you guys. Or will I be the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket? If you haven't seen Full Metal Jacket, I cannot recommend you see it. I absolutely cannot recommend you see it because it is a very harrowing film. It is utterly frightening. But I have friends that were actually in the Vietnam War and actually went through the basic training that that movie portrays, and they say it was exactly like that. If you want to see the way young people used to be treated, watch the first half of that movie. But don't watch the first half of that movie, no matter what I say. Is that clear? Yes. Okay. The first half of that movie is amongst the greatest filmmaking ever. The second half of that movie is just good, but it's just a war movie. There's been a million of them. There's nothing special about it. Full Metal Jacket. No. All right. Oh, a triangle with the letters we're comfortable with. Does it matter how I draw it? No, as long as I remember that what I am drawing is a sketch for informational purposes. Is the sketch the triangle? No. But it will allow us to figure out the triangle. Everybody understand? So I'm just going to go ahead and draw it. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Triangle ABC. Yeah? All right. So I need to label some corners, don't I? Does it matter how I label them? No. Where do you guys want to put A? On the right? On the left. So you want that to be A. Where do you want B? At the top? Okay. Where do you want C? C. What do I know? What do I know? AC is what? 20. What else do I know? BC is 11. What else do I know? ACB is 20. Where is ACB? Top, left, or right? Right. 20. I need to know AB, which is right there, and I need to know ABC, which is right there. Which should I do first? Coleslaw. I hate coleslaw. 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 You know that scoop of garbage they give you on your plate at White Spot? Do you guys eat that? if you go to White Spot ever. Nobody eats it. I find myself wondering how much money White Spot, more important than money, how much food White Spot throws away every year, because nobody eats that coleslaw except old ladies. My wife's mother loves it. My wife's grandmother would bring a piece of Tupperware and take everybody's coleslaw when the plate came to the table, because she knew nobody would eat the coleslaw, and she would take it home. Same with the kale. That's that green leaf they put under your food at White Spot. She'd take that home too. But she grew up in the Depression, in World War II, in Holland, under Nazis taking over it. So she knew how to, conserve. All right. So we are going to coastlaw this scene. If we are going to coastlaw this scene, this is little c, isn't it? So let's coastlaw it up. C squared equals what? A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. Fill it in. What's A? 11 squared plus, what's B? 20 squared minus 2 times 11 times 20. Cos what? 20. Punch that into your calculator. Get me the ugly number. Do not try to do it in one step right now. If you have trouble or you have a backwards calculator, Sebastian, you are going to follow along with me. You ready? You got your finger ready to go? You got your button pushing finger? 1. X squared button. Plus 2. 0. X squared button. Minus 2 times 11 times 20 times 20 cos equals 121 plus 400. This is minus 440 cos 20, which is 66.19. What?
I can't do it. I got it one.
Oh, I missed something. Sorry. Too many buttons. I pushed a divided by in there. There we go, 107. Sorry, everyone. And then what must I do? Square root that to get 10.37. Now what can I do? How do I get the green one now? Sine law, because 10.37 over sine 20 equals what? No, 20 over sine B, right? Multiply the pair, divide the spare. Sine B equals what? Equals what? Equals what? 20 sine 20 divided by what? 10.37. That's going to get me the sine of B, right? .660 is the sine of B. How do I then find B? And I get 41 degrees. 41. And I'm done, right? I'm done, right? Of course I'm not done. Because if that's 41, what's this? Then you got it wrong. That's 119, correct? Is that triangle possible? No, of course not. Why? The longest side is not across from the longest angle. Damn, son! But my calculator told me it was 41. My calculator has to be right. If it's not right, my world crumbles. There's 41, correct? That has the sine, doesn't it? Is there another angle that has the exact same sine as 41? Right there, correct? What's that theta? 139, correct? 180 minus 41? I know. I'm looking at Ken. So this cannot be 41. What is it really? The reference is 41, so what's the actual theta? 139. Our calculator told us 41, but we remember that our calculator is not intelligent. Our calculator just does math quickly. You are smarter than your calculator. Your calculator did not know that you needed the big theta. If this is 41, it's a... Okay. You have to bring all your math knowledge to every question. Levi.
So then if C is 20 and then it crosses 10.37, since it's the smallest angle, it should be the smallest side?
It is the smallest side.
10.3. Oh, that's the 20 then. Okay, I thought it was 20. Never mind.
A very powerful word in Scrabble if you were playing Scrabble. Z-O. No, it's not that it's a whole 11 points. It's the fact that it's a two-letter word that goes with Z, and if you drop that Z on a double letter or a double word, or a triple. All right. Turn the page over. Mr. Myers. PQR, I give up. We're never going to be able to do it, are we? Can't do it. It's impossible. What do I need? A triangle. Does it matter how I draw it, Toby? Nope. Where do you guys want to put P? In the toilet. Left? Where do you want to put Q? Where do you want to put R? Fill in the sides. How long is RP? 7. How long is RQ? 8. How long is QR? 10. I want angle Q, which means, do I need rearranged coastlaw or regular coastlaw? Rearranged. Now, when we rearranged the coastlaw, it was cos C equaled C squared minus A squared minus B squared over negative 2AB. Right? Are there any A's and B's here? No. What is Q? Big C, which makes this what? Lil c, which makes this what? Does it matter? So what do we make it? Lil a, and what's this? Lil b. Solve it. What's my last step? What's it equal? 44 degrees. Now, you guys haven't done a lot of this yet, right? And you just got faced with what happens when you just flat out believed your calculator, yes? So what should we do now? What should we do to ensure that we have done it right? We should find the other angles, right? And we can do that pretty easily with what? Sine law. 7 over sine 44 equals 8 over sine p, which equals 10 over sine r. Right? Sine r equals 10 sine 44 over 7. Sine p equals 8 sine 44 over 7. R equals P equals. $83. Oops, sorry. And P $53. Are we happy? Are we happy? Is my smallest angle across from my smallest side? Yes. Is my biggest angle across from my biggest side? Do my angles add up to 180? So we're happy. Everybody understand? Now, I have ears. I heard people saying, oh, he's going a little fast. But, of course, it's just algebra. Right? We've already done how to solve these to death. Right? I call your attention to this. Tan 17 equals 9 over x. How would you solve that? It would be 9 divided by tan 17, correct? Okay. Isn't tan 17 really over 1? There's your pair. 9 times 1 divided by tan 17. Here's your pair. 10 times sine 44 divided by 7. Now, please remember, if you have a backwards calculator, as soon as you hit 44 sine, your screen is going to change. But that's not the answer, is it? You don't get an answer from your calculator until you push what button? Equals. Now, if you are looking at you're comfortable with this, and you would like to know how to do this in one step, please watch. It will be recording. You can see it again. If you don't mind taking 2 steps, then take 2 steps. But if you want to do it in one, watch. So this one right here says, since I'm looking for a sine, Sooner or later, my calculator will turn on. There we go. I know that since I'm looking for a sign, I know I need to do shift sign, yes? So, shift sign. Now, this is a division question, isn't it? And there's more than one operation in the numerator, isn't there? So what must I remember? I must bracket it. It's already started a bracket, but I got to start a new one. 10 sine 44. And then I close the 44 bracket. And then I close the top bracket because I need to do the shift sign of all of 10 sine 44. Then I divide by what? 7. And then I must close the last bracket because I need the shift sign of all of that. 83. Do you have to do it all in one step? The only thing that it saves you is a little bit of time. Okay? So. Of course you will. Is everybody good? Okay. Oh, I'm a dunderhead. Damn. I forgot to ask if anybody needed to talk about anything from page 83. You shouldn't have because it's all pretty easy, even though you didn't know answers there. Everyone was okay? It's just sine law, right? Just set it up, multiply, divide. Okay. Number 3. I used to put this question on a test. And then in 1 year, like 5 kids did the question this way. They read that number, and they thought that that meant that the plane was 34,450 kilometers east of the airport. It's flight 344.
Well, why did you not say is 50?
I do. Finds WestJet flight 344, 50 kilometers east. Right now, Matt Myers finds himself 32 kilometers west of Abbotsford. Chilliwack. So also, that's not how we write numbers, is it? First of all, that's the number one mistake. In a math class, they thought that was 34,450. And the other problem with that is if you're 34,000 kilometers from anything on Earth, you're in space. And there aren't a lot of WestJet flights that are orbiting the planet. So I had to move it off the test and put it into notes. So, here's the tower. Where is WestJet flight 344? 50 kilometers where? East. How do we draw east? Directly that way. There is flight 344. At the same time, Jazz flight 712 is 25 kilometers from the tower. Does it matter where I put that? No. There is flight 712. How far away is it? How far away is it? 25. If the angle between the two planes is 20, how far are the planes from each other? That's what I need. Now, when does trig come into play? This is how air traffic control works. And believe it or not, they still have to do this. The computers don't do it all for them. Which is why air traffic controllers are paid a phenomenal amount of money. It is a very stressful job. It is also next to impossible to become one. Yes, because little airports that don't have a lot of planes flying in them, don't have a lot of money, they can't hire you. And B, you think they want some guy who can't even do trig running the air traffic control at JFK Airport in New York where 500,000 planes land every day? No, you have to work your way up to it. I always liked this question because when I was in grade 9 and we did our career computer thing for what you were supposed to do, air traffic control came up for me. It was the number one career I was supposed to do. Second was horticulturalist, plant grower. Third was teacher. I didn't want to be an air traffic controller. I didn't want to grow plants. So here I am. No. Ew. Barf. All of which I didn't want to do. So, what's this? It's little t, but are we using cos law or sine law? How could we do sine law? Where's your pair? It has to be cos law. So in this triangle, this is little t, but what is it in the cos law? It's c. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Where is big C? Big T. C, and this would be lil c. Fill it in. C squared equals, what's a squared? 25 squared. Plus, what's b squared? 50 squared minus 2. What's a? 25. What's b? 50. Cos what? 20. And then I figure it out. Now, again, it's doable in one step if you know what you're doing. You just got to push square root, bracket, and do it all, close bracket. Or if you've got a backwards calculator, you do it all, then you do square root after you hit equals. Or you do it in two steps. I don't care. 625 plus 2500 minus 2500 cos 20. $27.9. Why would I need to shift cos? I'm not looking for an angle. Yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. You guys try number 4. Please try to do all your... No, just go ahead. Do number 4. Everyone agree? Everyone agrees that is one way I could draw the triangle, yes? As long as A and B are 10 apart and the other one's 13, 24, we're in business, yeah? All right. I am looking for an angle. Is it regular Cos law or rearranged Cos law? Rearranged. What is now C? 10 squared minus 13 squared minus 24 squared over negative 2 times 13 times 24, correct? Okay, that is negative 645 over negative 624. And then what do I do with that number? What do I do with that number? Shift cos. What happens? What happens? Right. Why? That's what everybody thinks, Jaden. Jordan? I know, I screw it up every time because you guys sit right beside each other and you both sound the same. You sound the same to me because they are always saying things that don't really apply to what is going on. Or talking to each other. Jordan, why do you have an error? Did you do something wrong? Your assumption is you did something wrong, correct? Is there any way you could have done that wrong? Is there any way? How? No, I'm asking you. Is there any way you got these numbers wrong? It's only squared minus squared minus squared. That's easy to punch into your calculator, right? And negative 2 times 13 times 24 is easy to punch into your calculator, right? So these numbers have to be right, don't they? So why do I have an error? What is that decimal? 1 point blah. Can cosine ever be more than 1? No. So why would I put this question in your notes if it cannot occur? To make this point. You are not wrong. This is easy math. You're just filling in a formula. This is an impossible triangle that I put here on purpose. This can't exist. That's not what you thought, you liar. You straight up said, I did it wrong. That's exactly what you said. And then you made fun of me. Nothing can do this because it's not a real triangle. Pardon me, Levi?
Like 13 plus 10 is 23, and the hypotenuse is 24.
But there is no hypotenuse. But I understand what you're saying. It's an impossible triangle. It's there on purpose. Because I don't want that to happen. I don't want you people to believe your calculator over you. Okay? Everybody understand? That's why it's in the notes. Now, if I were to put something like this on a test, which is the next question everybody asks, well, if he did it in his notes, maybe he'd do it on a test. Obviously, the point of the test would be, the question would be, is this a possible situation? And if not, how could you make it a possible situation? Everybody understand? All right, now stop. What? Well, this would have to be significantly shorter. Or this would have to be significantly longer. All right. I'm very proud of this question, mostly because of the diagram. I like my crumbling tower. Everybody ready? Go. I need this distance, which is part of this triangle. What angle is that? 90. So, if I can figure out one more piece of information on this red triangle, I can do SOHCAHTOA over here, can't I? All right. This side is part of this triangle. Do I have enough information on the yellow triangle? Of course I do, because this is 149 and this is 13. So now I know that sine 20 I'm going to call this A. Yeah? So A equals 20 sine 18 divided by sine 13. Yes? Now, am I allowed to punch that in now? I'm allowed. I can, as long as I leave it on my calculator. Or I can just leave it like that. Because now I know that in this red triangle, theta equals 31. What's the hypotenuse? 20 sine 18 over sine 13. And what do I need? The opposite, which is little h for height, yes? Sine 31 equals opposite, little h, over 20 sine 18 divided by sine 13, yes? How do I get rid of this number on the bottom? Multiply. So sine 31 times 20 sine 18 over sine 13 equals h. And that I can punch into my calculator. I would go 20 sine 18 times sine 31 and divide that by sine 13. And I would get 14.2. Now, you could right here put 20 sine 18 divided by sine 13. You could put 27.47 there and use that right there, and you would get close enough. But again, I stress to you, when you go off to future mathematical endeavors, your professors are going to want to see that. Hey, Mr. Como. Everybody understand? Everybody understands how I get here? Now that is a little bit difficult to punch into your calculator all at once, yes? A little bit. Especially if we're still a little scared of fractions, right? If we forget that 2/3 times 4/5 is just 8/15, then this looks ugly. If we remember that that's got a denominator of 1, then it's not so bad. right? Then it's just 20 sine 18 sine 31 over sine 13. And even that looks scary, except we just have to remember that's just a decimal, right? That's just a decimal, right? And that is just a third decimal. So it's the same as 20 times 2 times 3 divided by 4. But we don't know those 3 highlighted decimals, do we? But what does know those 3 highlighted decimals? Your calculator. And does it actually know them, or has it just been told what they are? It's just been told. Okay? Everybody cool? All right. Now, the key to this question is, again, bringing prior knowledge to the party. Yes? Because all the stuff was not there. All the stuff to do this, all the trig is there, but it's not given to you. You have to bring stuff to it. All right? Stuff that you already know. Like, how did I know this was 149? It's 180 minus 31. It's a reference angle, isn't it? It's just reversed from the way we usually draw our reference angles, yes? Normally, we draw our reference angles like this. This would be the 31, and that would be the 149. But the world doesn't work out that way, does it? But the knowledge is the same. If that's 149, then this must be 31. Everybody with me? You take the knowledge that we prove here in artificial situations, and you apply it over here in the real world. Just like when we do directions, we always say north is that way. Is Jessica north of me in the real world? No, she isn't. Is north up in the real world? Is that projector north of me in the real world? No. We use the 2 dimensions to represent the 3 dimensions of real life. Everybody cool? All right. Bring your knowledge to the question. Okay? Now, next page is your work. Now, just like yesterday, I didn't supply you with answers. So, tomorrow, because a great many of you were away for the French thing yesterday, tomorrow we will talk about both cosine law, which is page 87, and the sine law stuff, which is page 83. So bring your questions to me tomorrow if you're unsure. Everybody cool? Now, you will notice that we have one more day. No, we don't. We're done. There should be one more quiz on sine law and cosine law. It's an assignment. You have a quiz coming up on sine and cosine law somewhere in here. I can't remember where I put it. Well, we could discuss this. We are done. So I want you to get a bit of practice on it. Now, I am loath to send you away from here for 2 weeks and have you write your test when you get back. I am loath to do that because I remember being 15 and 16 years old. That means I would loathe to do it. I would hate to, because I don't buy that you guys are going to do a lot of review over spring break. No offense. Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, what did I say earlier? When the boss says jump, you say how high.
And that's when it'll be.
Yeah, all trig. Who's that? From SOHCAHTOA up to cosine law. Because he is a good principal and he checks on us.
It makes me scared. Like,
Why?
Ready to pull someone out and like
Why?
walkie-talkie on him.
No.
Yeah.
You should be so lucky as to get, when you get into a real job, a manager that comes and checks on you once in a while.
I think it's great.
It's the best. Why? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Jaden. What? I still can't hear you. I want to answer you, but other people are having a conversation this far from each other so loudly that I can't hear you. Friday. The Friday you're back from spring break. Okay. I will be the one that makes this decision. And you can quite plainly see that we have one more assignment, a trig review, and a quiz. Now, you also see a cumulative. Now, here is what I am going to do. You are going to write your assignment, your review, and your test before spring break. Your cumulative will be after spring break. All right? Now, that means if you wish to achieve better, you have 2 weeks to do so. But that cumulative when you get back does not affect your grade in any way negatively. So if you choose to take all of spring break off of math, no problem. Because we'll have finished a unit, there will be nothing new, and anything that you do when we get back is 0 loss. All right? All right. No, I would not give you the cumulative on the first day back. We will start something new on the first day back. Huh? We will quiz. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow we will do our assignment. Tomorrow we will do our assignment and our quiz. Okay. Yes, there is. Well, tomorrow's assignment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions. You have 80 minutes. I'm cutting it close for the speed you guys choose to work at because you can't do more than one step without talking for 20 minutes afterwards. So, tomorrow will be assignment, and you will start your review. Thursday will be quiz, finish your review and mark it. Friday will be trigonometry test on everything from Pythagoras to cosine law and everything in between. And lucky for you guys, it's not even last block on the Friday. It's after lunch. Clock looks fine to me. Yeah, but you said the clock is wrong. The clock is right. It can't be anything but a clock. The time on it is wrong. Oh! Goodbye!